Hey guys, Miss Gregory. This is Advanced Lesson 1.2, textbook pages 17 through 20, complex fractions and unit rates. You need your green math book, the new 7th grade hardback version, and you need to take notes with notebook paper, pencil, pen, whatever you need to use. Okay? Be ready to train your brain. All right, Lesson 1.2. Page 18 and the date, you need to make sure you have that at the top of your paper. This is like the example 1 and 2 that we went together. We went over this together in class on the front board before you guys started practicing the guidance on your own. So pay attention because some of you are having trouble with this. It doesn't matter if the fraction is the numerator or the denominator, or you could actually have both numerator and denominator as a fraction. That fraction bar simply means to divide, and when you are dividing with fractions, you really need to follow through on the keep, change, flip, and multiply by the reciprocal. So in example number 1, the problem becomes 1/4 times 1/2, which the answer is 1/8. Example number 2, now the fraction's on the bottom, but it is 1/2 divided by 1/2. That ends up becoming 1/1 times 2/1 because you've done the reciprocal, and you end up just with the whole number 2. Okay, I want you, as you are working the lesson 1.2 guidance, you need to, for these 4 questions, A, B, C, and D, make sure you are writing out the problem as you see that I've done for part A. I've taken the fraction, which you already have in your book, and written it as 2 divided by 2/3. After performing my keep, change, flip, my problem is now 2, making it 2/1 to look like a fraction, times, I've changed the reciprocal, times 3/2. Now, basically, your steps at this point, you are trying to cross-simplify if you can, and you always need to make sure with your answers that the fraction is in simplest form. So go ahead and finish working all of the problems out, A through D. Pause the video while you work these out, show your work, show your steps, show your final answer, and then come back and check your answers to see if you are correct. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go over the guidance with you. So we've got 2 divided by 2/3 for A. So I'm going to rewrite that as 2 times 3/2. Remember, I can always put the 2 over the 1. I'm going to grab another color here and remind you that I can cross-simplify. And that leaves me with an answer of 3. There we go. Okay, now moving over here to question B. I've got 6 divided by, okay, come on, Dot, 1/3. Again, I need to keep, change, flip, so that's going to be 6/1 times 3/1. This time, no cross multiplying necessary. The answer is 18. Okay, moving on. Question C. We have, oops, get rid of that. We have 2/3 divided by 7. And again, I need to do my keep, multiply, and I need to change 7/1 to 1/7. No need to cross simplify I'm going to multiply across the top 2 times 1 and multiply across the bottom 3 times 7, which is 21. And yeah, that's not working out so great, but we'll try again. Answer is 2 out of 21. Not liking that at all. So I'll just go back over here and put a big box around it. Okay, and letter D, we've got 2/4 divided by 2. I'm going to keep, change to multiply, and I'm going to flip 2 over 1 to 1 over 2. I am able to cross simplify with the 2's, and I'm left with 1's there. So I am back to saying that 1 times 1 and 4 times 1, and I've got an answer of 1/4. Okay? Alright, check your guidance. Hopefully you did get the right answer. Alright, lesson 1.2. Now we're on page 19, looking at examples 3 and examples 4. Talking about finding unit rates. When fractions of a complex fractions represent different units, you can find the unit rate. So example 3, you see the words that go with this problem. Josiah can jog 1 1/3 miles in 1/4 hour. Find his average speed in miles per hour. So you can see off to the side in red, I'm reminding you of your steps. You are setting this up as a division question. So this would be 1, back over here, 1 1/3 divided by 1/4. Now, before I go to the next step of doing a keep, change, flip, I need to get mad with this mixed number and multiply 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So now I'm at 4/3. Now I'm going to do my keep, change, flip. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to flip this to the reciprocal. Okay, so you see that's been rewritten, and now this has been rewritten, and now I should be able to get my final answer, which is 16 over 3, but I really need to change that back to a mixed number. 3 goes into 16 5 whole times, 1 left over, keep the denominator of 1/3, so you see the answer here. Okay, example 4. Tia is painting her house. She paints 34.5 square feet in 3/4 of an hour. At this rate, how many square feet can she paint each hour? So we're breaking down that unit rate, and of course I forgot to put my measurements here. She painted 34.5 square feet in 3/4 of an hour, and so I'm going to rewrite that problem as 34 1/2 divided by 3/4. Again, I need to, just a reminder, get mad and change the mixed number. Okay, so I'm going to go here and say 34 times 2 is 68 plus 1. So I've got 69 halves. I'm going to go ahead and start my keep, change, flip. And so this is going to be 4/3. I am able to do some cross simplifying. The 2 and the 4 is easy. Okay, I'm going to go with another color here. And I know that 3 will go into itself, and I know that 3 will also go into 69, and that will go 23 times. And I'm going to go back to my black color marker, and I'm left with 23 times 2 is 46, and since it's 46 over 1, I'm done with my answer there. Okay, you are still on page 19 doing the guidance. Now you should be practicing the guidance for E and F. Now you don't have to write out the entire problem because it's a word problem, but please write the numbers that you are using, that you're working with in this problem for E and for F, and set up the problem. Then, of course, pause the video now, work out the two problems, come back and check your answers. Okay, I tried to put the work all on this one page. So the E, setting this up, Mr. Ito is spreading mulch in his yard, and he spreads 4 2/3 square yards in 2 hours. So I wrote that as a rate, numbers and units. Then I set it up with the division symbol. The next step, I've taken 4 2/3 and changed it to an improper fraction, 14/3 times, going through my KCF, changing 2 over 1 to 1/2. Then you can see in the orange I have crossed out and cross simplified to make this easier. And I came up with 7/3, but 7/3 needs to be simplified, so the final answer for E is 2 1/3. Now for F, we have Aubrey can walk 4.5 miles in 1.5 hours. Find her average speed in miles per hour. So it is asking you to find the unit rate for the rate that's involved. So again, trying to squeeze the work on one page here, I have 4.5 divided by 1.5. So notice that my first step here, and I'm going to use another color. Notice that my first step here was just to get mad. All I did in that one step was change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then I did the keep, change, flip after that. And then you can see the blue and the orange where I cross simplified and got an answer of 3. Okay, so hopefully you're getting a little better at this practice, and we will move on to the last example 5, top of page 20. 33 1/3% of the players on Javier's soccer team have scored a goal. They want you to write 33 1/3% as a fraction in simplest form. So in order to make that percent a fraction per 100, remember percent, you are going to divide by 100. So 33 1/3 divided by 100, you can see where in green I've shown you 33 1/3, I'm getting mad. 3 times 33 is 99. 99 plus 1 is 100. So I've got 100 over 3. In red, you can see I wrote the letters KCF because I need to do a keep, change, flip. So now the problem is 100 over 3 times, flipping it over here, the reciprocal 1 over 100. I've done the division, I've done the get mad part, I've done the keep, change, flip, and now all that's left is to cross simplify and get my final simplified fraction. So I'm able to cross simplify with the 100ths, and you can see me crossing those out and getting the answer of 1/3. Okay, now it's your turn to do the guidance. Please do numbers 1 through 6. This is on a separate sheet of paper starting at the top or on the back of a sheet of paper that you have finished your notes for 1, 2. But again, you're starting at the top of the paper, leaving yourself plenty of room to show all of the steps to get your answer. You should be writing the problems and showing me the steps. For 1, 2, and 3, set up the problem. Now for number 4 and 5, I'm not telling you to write the word problem, but I am telling you to take the important numbers from the word problem and set it up just as I modeled for you from the book. Okay, and last, don't forget after you answer your questions 1 through 6 to rate yourself how well you think you understand. Now we will go over this Monday in class, so I'm posting it over the weekend for some of you to get started that would like to get it out of the way. Remember, we did a few examples in class. You guys were making some mistakes, and I wanted you to think about it and work your problems correctly. So we will finish this up on Monday and keep moving through chapter 1. Thanks, and have a great weekend. Bye.